Welcome to the FERNO PowerX1 Ambulance Cot training video. Before using the PowerX1, read and understand the user's manual. Only those trained in emergency medical service, emergency patient handling procedures, and having the ability to assist the patient should use the PowerX1. Your PowerX1 ambulance cot comes equipped with the EnduraCharge battery system. To check the charge in the EnduraCharge battery, push the battery check button. The LEDs indicate the approximate charge of the battery in 25% increments. The battery has no memory and should be charged immediately upon receipt, prior to service, until it has a full charge. Plug the FERNO AC charger into a wall outlet. Slide the battery connector into the battery port until the contacts are fully seated. During charging, a flashing green light indicates the battery is being charged. Solid lights indicate the level of charge in the battery. To attach the battery to the PowerX1 ambulance cot, slide the battery into the cradle until it locks into position. To remove the battery, simply press the red release button to the left of the battery. A set of control buttons is attached to both the upper and lower lift bars. Button function is identical for both bars. The unmarked button is used to adjust the load height. The minus button retracts the legs. The plus button extends the legs. A lead handle is attached to the upper lift bar. Use it to pull the cot when it's at a rolling height. Upper and lower lift bars allow the control end operator to use proper ergonomic lift techniques to lift the cot if needed. The manual mode handle disengages the cot's powered mode and allows operators to raise or lower the cot manually after the weight of the cot has been assumed. When using the optional knee gauge, work from the control end of the cot. To raise, unfasten or loosen the leg restraints before changing positions. Take the lifting strap with one hand and the control end of the knee gauge with the other. Lift the middle of the knee gauge using the lifting strap while sliding the knee gauge toward the loading end of the cot until it locks into position. To lower, use the lifting strap to lift the knee gauge slightly. Using your thumb, press the knee gauge control lever to disengage the support bars and then lower the knee gauge. Fasten and adjust the leg restraint. When adjusting the patient backrest, work from the loading end of the cot. Support the weight of the patient and the backrest frame. Squeeze either red control handle toward the backrest frame to unlock the backrest. Then, raise or lower the backrest to the desired position. The optional cycle tracker will be installed on the cot mainframe near the base of the backrest, facing out. Each time the cot is cycled, extended, or retracted, the number on the tracker LCD display increases by 1. The cycle tracker is useful for scheduling standard maintenance of the PowerX1 ambulance cot. The backrest storage pouch can be used to carry small emergency equipment and supplies, or a patient's personal items. Hook and loop fastening straps attach the pouch to the cot's backrest. An equipment hook is located under the patient backrest. Set the carry handle of the equipment in the holder. Remove equipment from the equipment hook prior to transporting the patient in the vehicle. A loading end and control end oxygen cylinder mount are available for the PowerX1 ambulance cot. Operators should always use both straps to secure the oxygen cylinder on either mount. Before use, confirm the cylinder is held in place and both straps are cinched tight. If your PacRac ambulance cot is equipped with SX surface extenders, lift until it locks at the desired position. To lower, simply lift the SX surface extender slightly, squeeze the red release lever, and lower to the desired position. The 3-stage IV pole is used to carry IV solution bags and infusion pumps. It's installed directly to the main frame of the PacRac ambulance cot. The top and middle stages of the IV pole can be raised or lowered in any sequence. IV solution bags weighing up to 4.4 pounds may be attached to the IV pole tip. Use the hook and loop strap to secure either 1 or 2 bags. Equipment weighing up to 11 pounds, such as an infusion pump, may be fitted with the pole clamp to the bottom tube. The Ergo frame adjusts to 5 positions. Pull the red release handle to unlock, and then raise or lower the frame to the desired position. The middle, or extended position, is used when loading and unloading the cot. The frame should be extended when raising or lowering the PacRac ambulance cot. The 3 additional locked positions provide optimal ergonomic lifting angles for lifting or steering the cot. Ergo frame flexible positioning allows operators to shorten the PacRac by up to 22 inches as needed for maximum maneuverability where space is limited. The stow net can be used to carry small emergency equipment and supplies, or a patient's personal items. Hook and loop fastening straps attach the stow net to the Ergo frame of the PacRac ambulance cot. Items can be placed on top of the net or inside the net using the zipper closure. The mattress is attached to the patient frame by a series of hooks. To remove the mattress, simply remove the hooks from the patient's surface. To attach the mattress, feed the hooks through the holes until they are seated in the patient frame. The FERNO X Restraints patient restraint system includes a color-coded set of red, blue, and black restraints. Locate the X restraint post with the color-coded label identifying the location of a red, blue, or black restraint. The shoulder restraints pass through slots in the mattress and backrest and attach to posts mounted to a backrest cross tube. Slide the bracket over the post and pull the bracket upward to seat the post in the small end of the bracket. To remove the restraints, press the bracket down and remove. The leg restraints attach to the PacRac ambulance cot by looping the end of the strap around the attachment point on the cot shock frame. If you have a PacRac Plus equipment mount, it attaches to the control end of the PacRac ambulance cot. Set the unit on the frame and pull it toward the control end of the cot to lock it into place. 2 integrated IV poles are included with the PacRac Plus. Push the red release buttons on top of the IV poles to raise or lower them. Two wheel locks are located on the control and transport wheels. To lock, press the lever down. To unlock, press the opposite end of the lever. If your PacRac ambulance cot has directional wheel locks, they may be operated from either side of the loading end wheel casters. To lock the wheels, step on the top of the lock lever. To unlock, press the opposite end of the lever to allow 360-degree swiveling. A minimum of 2 trained operators are required when using the PacRac ambulance cot with a patient. Before using the PacRac, you can set the load height of the cot to the level of the designated vehicle's floor, which makes it easier to load. On a level surface, raise or lower the cot until the loading wheels roll directly onto the vehicle floor. With the load wheels on the vehicle floor and the safety bar inside the safety hook, press and hold both the upper and lower buttons for 6 seconds. Release the button when you see the wrench icon appear on the battery. Be sure to test your new setting. The PowerX1 ambulance cot is easy to use and has a weight capacity of 700 pounds. A minimum of 2 trained operators are required when using the PowerX1 with the patient. Adjust the cot to the patient's level by pushing the plus or minus button. Always apply the wheel locks when transferring a patient on or off the cot. Unfasten the restraints and arrange the straps so they won't interfere with transferring the patient onto the cot. Transfer the patient using approved emergency medical procedures and following local protocols. Adjust the backrest, sidearms, and shock frame as necessary. Secure the patient fully with the restraint system and make sure there's nothing dangling from the cot. Confirm that sheets and other articles won't interfere with cot operation. Adjust the cot to a safe transport height. Unlock the wheel locks and roll the cot on smooth, unobstructed surfaces whenever possible. When transferring a patient off the cot, adjust the cot as necessary to maintain good ergonomic positioning. Make sure the wheel locks are applied. Unfasten the restraints and arrange the straps so they will not interfere with transferring the patient off the cot. Transfer the patient using approved medical procedures and following local protocols. A minimum of 2 trained operators are required when using the PowerX1 ambulance cot with the patient. Roll the cot on smooth, unobstructed surfaces whenever possible. To cross a low obstacle, such as a threshold, each operator should lift slightly as they roll the cot across the obstacle. Lift and carry the cot over high obstacles, such as curbs. Roll the cot only when the patient surface is level. Do not roll the cot sideways or push the cot using the backrest. Roll the cot with both hands, grasping the cot mainframe, lift bars, ergo frame, or lead handle. Loading a patient requires a minimum of 2 trained operators. Raise the vehicle bumper if present. Move the cot's ergo frame to the extended position and roll the cot near the patient compartment door. Press the plus button to raise the PowerX1 ambulance cot to the user set loading position. The load wheels should be level with the vehicle floor. Press either the plus or minus button if fine adjustments are needed. Roll the cot into the patient compartment until the loading wheels are on the floor and the safety bar passes the safety hook. With both operators at the control end of the cot, lift together and hold the cot level with the vehicle floor. Use additional help as necessary. Press and hold the minus button to completely retract the cot legs. Push the cot straight into the vehicle and secure it in the fastening system until it engages the locking mechanism. Center fastener posts are positioned under the patient's surface in the middle of the cot. They allow the cot to be secured in a fastening system. Confirm the cot is secure by attempting to roll it out of the vehicle. Your vehicle may have been fitted with a FERNO Pro F1 Universal Cot Fastener. If your Pro F1 is fitted with an ICS, integrated charging system, the PowerX1 will be disabled when mounted in the fastener, and the battery will charge. If not connected to a shoreline, the vehicle ignition, inverter, or outlet switch may need to be turned on to supply electrical power to the ICS. See the ICS or Fastening System User's Manual for details. A minimum of 2 trained operators are required to unload a patient from a vehicle. To unload the PowerX1 ambulance cot from the Pro F1 Universal Cot Fastener, release the cot by pushing the red release button and push the cot toward the front of the vehicle to unlock the cot. With both operators supporting the cot, roll it out of the vehicle until the safety hook catches the safety bar. Press and hold the plus button to fully extend the legs and then set the cot on the ground. Rotate the safety bar lever to disengage the cot from the safety hook. Together, roll the cot completely away from the vehicle. Press the minus button to lower the cot to a suitable rolling position before moving further. To use the manual mode of the PowerX1 ambulance cot, stand at opposite ends and use an underhand grip to grasp the cot mainframe. The loading end operator may adjust the drop frame as needed to gain an ergonomic advantage. Lift the cot slightly to verify that you're supporting the weight. Pull the manual mode handle only long enough to make the position change. Together, raise or lower the cot to the desired height and then hold the cot there while releasing the manual control handle to lock the cot in that position. A minimum of 2 trained operators are required to load a patient into a vehicle. To load the PowerX1 ambulance cot into a vehicle using the manual mode, raise the vehicle bumper if present. Extend the cot's drop frame to the extended position and roll the cot near the patient compartment door. Use additional help as necessary. Using the manual mode control handle, raise the cot to a level that will allow the loading end load wheels to roll onto the vehicle floor. The cot must be stopped by the safety hook. If not, adjust the height and retry. One operator lifts and holds the cot level with the vehicle floor and squeezes and holds the manual mode control handle to unlock the undercarriage. The other operator completely lifts the undercarriage using the Lift Here labels on the cot frame. After the wheels contact the vehicle floor, the manual mode control handle may be released. Secure the cot into the fastener. Confirm the cot is secure by attempting to roll it out of the vehicle. A minimum of 2 trained operators are required when unloading a patient from a vehicle. To unload the PowerX1 ambulance cot from a vehicle using the manual mode, raise the vehicle bumper if present. Use additional help as necessary. Release the cot from the fastening system. With both operators supporting the cot, roll it out of the vehicle until the safety hook catches the safety bar. One operator pulls the manual mode control handle and the legs will begin to lower. The second operator may need to assist in lowering the legs completely. Release the manual mode control handle and lower the cot onto the ground. Rotate the safety bar lever to disengage the cot from the safety hook and roll it away from the vehicle. Adjust the PowerX1 to a safe transport height before proceeding. To disinfect the PowerX1 ambulance cot, its battery, mattress, restraints, and Pro F1 universal cot fastener, wipe all surfaces with disinfectant. Follow the disinfectant manufacturer's instructions for application method and contact time. Disconnect the battery, mattress, and restraints as needed to properly disinfect the components. You do not need to remove the battery unless you need to clean inside the control end housing. The EnduraCharge battery is water resistant, but it shouldn't be submerged in liquids. Be sure to verify that all cords, cables, and connectors are firmly connected prior to cleaning. Use disinfectant cleaner or mild soap to clean. Wipe and dry with a cloth if needed. Hand clean all surfaces of the cot with warm water and a mild detergent. Rinse with warm, clear water and dry the cot with a towel, or allow it to air dry. See the user's manual for directions on power washing the PowerX1 ambulance cot. To clean the mattress, wash with warm, soapy water and a soft cloth. Rinse the mattress with clear water and hang it up to dry or dry it with a towel. To clean the restraints, remove them from the cot. Clean the restraints only as directed in the user's manual provided with the patient restraints. To clean the Pro F1 universal cot fastener, hand clean all surfaces with warm water and a mild detergent. Rinse with warm, clear water and dry the fastening system with a towel or allow it to air dry. The Pro F1 may be removed from the vehicle floor for cleaning as desired. Refer to the Pro F1 user's manual for information. including how to pressure wash the Pro F1. Visit FERNOEMS.com for more information regarding the Power X1 ambulance cot and other FERNO products.